head goes on like that, but yeah, I'll deal with this thing later. Nice kit, though. Oh, hello, and welcome to Front Row, the show about movies and media, past and present. I'm Rich Scrivani. In this half hour, we're going to take a look at a phenomena that exists solely because of a specific genre of movie. Today, our special guest is the enterprising and very personable Kevin Clement, who some years ago put together what has become known as the Chiller Theater Expo. And twice a year, you can buy a ticket and walk into a world of sci-fi, monsters, and mayhem. So let's go out and meet him now on Front Row. We're talking with Kevin Clement, founding father of Chiller Theater Expo, and we're lucky to have him here as a guest on Front Row. How you doing, Kevin? Thanks.
Fine.
Thanks a lot for
Good.
showing up.
Glad to be here.
Really appreciate it. As you can see, Kevin has brought along some mementos of Chiller Theater. If you don't know what Chiller Theater is, and if you've been living in a barrel, it's an event that's been going on since 1990. It's 2 times a year. Halloween, the weekend usually before Halloween, right?
Or Halloween.
Or Halloween weekend, actually. And there's one in April.
Sure.
And not giving specific dates, but they're incredible events. If you've gone to 2 of them from the beginning and seen them grow from what they started out as. They were great when they started, but it's just grown into a monstrous event, and it's become quite a phenomenon, Chiller Theater. And a lot of people look forward to it when it comes around twice a year. Kevin, first of all, thanks for bringing this wonderful stuff with you, these beautiful pieces. I'm going to get into them later, what they are, if they're originals or replicas or whatever. But anyway, I want to ask you a little bit about yourself growing up.
Sure.
What were your influences? What got you into this?
Black and white TV in the 50s. I just used to stay up all night and watch the horror movies and Famous Monsters magazine, and I just love the horror films and the science fiction films. And fortunately today, they're readily available at your fingertips. Go into any store, you can get a horror movie, where back in the 60s you would have to wait a year to maybe see a repeat of Son of Frankenstein or something like that on the TV.
Yeah, but it was an event, remember, it was an event.
It's definitely an event.
But
unfortunately now it is a little too commonplace.
Yeah.
We do the film shows at my show, and unfortunately, a lot of people don't attend them that much for the screenings because they can see them on video. So it's sort of lost that magic as far as that goes. But since I was a kid, the TV set did it all for me.
Yeah, there's an upside and a downside to it being readily available, but I'm sure we'd all agree that it's nice that it's readily available. You have no favorite film or group of films that you can say really influence
Not
you?
really. I like most of them. Even the worst film, there's something good about it,
Yeah.
like It's Over, or something like that. There's always something good about a film,
Well, due to the name of the event, Chiller Theater, would it be fair to say that Chiller Theater was the films they showed on that show? That this was a local show in the New York area. There are probably loads of them all over the country, but ours was on Channel 11, WPIX.
I think we probably had the original Chiller Theater with Zachary, the Cool Ghoul. And they would play things like She-Demons and Plan 9 from Outer Space and things of that nature.
Yeah, I remember it well.
Yeah, and I don't know if we salute the Plan 9s like we do the Universal stuff, but they're all the same.
Now, about what time did doing a convention like this first occur to you? When did you get the idea to do it?
Early in 1990. I used to go to conventions all my life. I went to the Phil Suling comic conventions, creation shows. They started those back like in the early 70s.
I remember the creation shows.
Yeah. And then creation spun off and they went to the Fangoria shows.
Mm-hmm.
and I started, going to any type of show like that, that I could find with horror, science fiction, even comic books. And in the early 90s, I was finding a lot of these shows lacking something, in my opinion, as a fan. So I got together with a couple of people and I said, hey, we could probably do something just like this, if not better.
Mm-hmm.
So we basically, I think I told you this once before, we basically did whatever they did. We did the opposite.
Yeah.
And that's how we came up with the convention.
Yeah, you told me that on the phone the other
Yeah.
day. And the first one was at the William Carlos Williams Art Center in Rutherford, right?
Right, Rutherford, New Jersey. It was an old movie theater. It was the Rivoli Movie Theater originally.
Yeah.
And the first show, they were reconstructing the theater, so there was plaster hanging off the ceilings, and they had no seats in there, and the floors were slanted. We had dealers set up on slanted
I
floors.
remember the slanted floors.
It was almost like a fun house, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Where we had certain guests, they were like rolling off their chairs every once in a while, on the hour. It was pretty interesting. That first show, we had Jonathan Harris from Lost in Space.
Uh-huh.
This is the first convention that I've attended in New Jersey. I hope that you folks will have many, many more. I'm delighted to be here, and I'm delighted that you've come out to see me so that I can see you. In the past, you have been a letter. Now you are a person, and that pleases me very, very much. I would like to take this opportunity to thank those of you who have been kind enough to write to me through the years. I hope I've answered all your letters. And to those who have written expressing approval of my work, I am very grateful. And to those of you who have written expressing disapproval of my work, well, how dare you?
And we had Diane Thorne, who played Ilsa, She-Wolf of the SS.
That's right. She was, I remember she was the first guest I was aware of.
Right. She was also on Star Trek, too. She was in a Star Trek episode.
Which episode was she in?
I think it was the Gamesters of
Triskelion?
I think it was either that one or it was a Piece of the Action. She was. How
We
appropriate,
know
right?
what these are.
Yes.
I know the piece of the action was the gangster one.
That's right.
I didn't connect her with Star Trek, but that's interesting.
And we had Butch Patrick, Eddie Munster.
Oh, I didn't know he was there at that.
Yeah.
I was there briefly in 1990 because.
Me too. And Zachary, of course.
Well, Zachary was the reason that a bunch of us had gone to Horathon in the first place. We were forming a reunion of one of his old TV shows, and I'm really glad that it turned out to be the first Horathon, the first Chiller Theater.
Zach's a pretty amazing guy. We had him in the basement of the Rivoli Theater, and we had no lights on him. It was our first convention. Of course, we forgot to bring lights. So somebody went and they got a spotlight, and they're holding it up, and Zach's holding it over his head, making monkey faces, and it was really good time. It was real fun.
Yeah, he mentioned something about that he had tape of it.
Yeah,
For first appearance.
Yeah.
I never got to see it, but I know he has it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
How was it? How did you make that connection? Did you know Zach before?
I didn't know Zach, but I knew a couple of people that knew him. Lou Anticinello,
Yeah.
who
sure.
worked on the Zachary newsletter, and a couple other people. And I said, hey, does anybody have his phone number? And they said, sure. And I called him up with the idea, and he's like, I don't know, maybe. He wasn't, if you know Zach, until he gets going, So
Yeah.
I don't know if he really wanted to do it. He had some reservations, so finally we got him to do it, and now we can't get rid of the guy.
Well, from what I understand, he really loves it, and I know he loves it because the time you had James Caron there.
Oh yeah,
James Caron.
old friend of his.
He mentioned to get him to come. He wasn't sure, I think, well, what's this all about? And he said, oh, it's great. You meet everybody who's familiar with your work, and you have a great time, and wait till you see. So he really did get to like it.
For people that don't know who James Caron is, he starred in Frankenstein Meets the Space Monster, and he was also the Pathmark man in the area.
That's how I know
So
him.
we had people in our vendors room selling Pathmark shopping bags. And they're bringing off for him to sign them.
What kind of a markup were they getting for the bags?
It's pretty interesting.
Any other funny stories about Zach, or anything that anything that happened connected with him? Worth sharing with everybody?
Well, Zach's a pretty nice guy, and the first show coming out, people weren't expecting knowing what to expect from Zach. So here's this middle-aged man of about 75 or 74 or whatever, walking around in ghoul makeup, just mumbling to himself, blah 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 blah. And people are just like looking at him and like, is this guy real or is that a shtick or whatever? And like he's talking to himself. Oh, this is a great place. Blah, blah, blah. And so anyway, Zach has an old Volkswagen.
Yeah.
So Zach said that I think on the way home or something like that, his Volkswagen broke down. He's out there in the makeup and everything, and he's trying to push the Volkswagen into gear on Route 3 or something or other. And people were giving like the weirdest looks, it's pretty strange,
Yeah.
But he is the most healthiest ghoul I've ever seen.
He is, or he isn't?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's great for his.
I mean, he looks better now, like at 79, with the makeup than he did back, 30 years ago?
Yeah. I asked him one time.
It's pretty amazing.
You gonna put your makeup on for this? He goes, no, I got the holes in my face naturally now, whatever that meant. But so he's gonna be there for everyone, right? He's a permanent fixture.
Yeah, I hope. Yeah.
I really think he does enjoy it. Now your band, I love the name of your band, by the way, Dead Elvi. I love it. And it wasn't until recently that I had never been there late enough to watch you play, because you play usually late at night it was on Saturday?
Yeah, 3 o'clock the last time.
Yeah. So looking at your tape, there's a line of Chiller Theater tapes. I noticed that it's your band. I thought it was a band that was associated with you. I didn't realize it was your band.
No, we put this band together to back up Zachary, actually.
Oh, it came together
for
just for that?
Yeah, So we figured we'd have some fun with it, and every show Zach comes out and sings a couple of songs with us. And the last time was rough. We didn't go until like 3 in the morning, and Zach's no spring chicken, so like he'd come down at 1 in the morning. Are we ready to go on? No, come back in a little bit. He'd go up and sleep for an hour. Come down at 2 o'clock. Are we ready to go on? No. So finally, he came down at 3. We're ready, Zach, And he just got up there and started singing and dancing, and it's pretty amazing.
He's so good-natured that way,
He's a real nice guy.
Yeah,
he
really is.
He's a real good guy.
I understand you started with a mail order business before.
Right, Chiller Theater videos.
Okay.
And I used to do a lot of the videos until I found out that, hey, these things aren't public domain. These things are copywritten. So that got me out of that business pretty quick, and that's where we sort of spawned off the Chiller Theater EXPO.
So you were able to use the structure of the mail order business to sort of help out with the idea?
Oh, sure, because I had a mailing list of 3,000 or 4,000 names.
Yeah.
So we just started, hey, we don't have videos, but we do have a convention.
Yeah.
Come and check it out.
Give me a picture of the first one when you opened it up. What was basically there? I know you had the vendors' rooms, and you had guests and everything. But was it sort of defined, or were you finding your way?
Oh no, we were finding our way, definitely. It's totally different than what it is now. I mean, we tried to start off with certain things like makeup people, at Halloween, and vendors of films, and posters and things of that nature, and certain guests. And we had a lot of good guests the first time that weren't even like in the program, like Bob Martin, The ex-editor of Fangoria was there for the show.
Mhm.
Frank Henenlotter and people like that. And then you had like the Ramones coming in and hanging out and stuff like that. But it more or less was like a flea market. Pretty much a flea market.
Yeah.
And then we moved the show away from there, changed the name to Chiller Theater, and went to the Fairleigh Dickinson
Right.
University
Rothman Center.
over the Rothman Center, right? And then it went from a flea market atmosphere to a circus because we had like 3 times as much room.
Mhm.
But it still wasn't a convention because there really wasn't an adequate place for people to talk.
Right.
We had this big blue curtain up separating the dealer's room from the speakers, and like the noise, the white noise from the dealer's room was pretty loud. It's just very loud. And somebody like Robert Clark is talking about the Sun Demon, and you hear in the background, and he's like screaming, like
Yeah.
the top of his lungs trying to get over this noise, So then we figured, hey, we got to move this again, and that's how we wound up the Meadowlands Hilton,
Mhm.
because they had speaking rooms and separate places to do things.
Is it true you're getting ready to move to a bigger place?
Ah.
Weren't you discussing a
Uh,
more room?
We were discussing moving, but then again, we think it would take away from the convention because we have a certain amount of vendors and a certain amount of guests. And if we up the vendors and the guests, it might kill the convention.
Mhm.
If we have only a certain amount of vendors, X amount of people will come to spend money and they'll make money.
Yeah.
If we double the vendors and we only have X amount of people, they'll only spend half the money with the vendors.
Yeah, diminishing returns and
Yeah, so
diminishing
we-
interest. Right?
So we're just going to try to keep it there and work with it.
Yeah. Is the Hilton a good place now? I mean, is it working out pretty well?
I like it.
Yeah.
The fire marshal goes a little nuts every once in a while, It's like, like 3 shows ago, people went through the aisles and there were like 30 tables in this one hallway, and the next day they came back and they were all gone, like, where'd they go?
Yeah.
And like, Fire Marshal Bob was here, like, it was, like a fire hazard. So.
Yeah.
But we sort of like, now we have the plans of how to set it up and, what to do there. So it's pretty smooth. Right?
I asked you a while back when I visited your store in Hackensack, which we'll talk about. When's a good time to apply for a table at Chiller? And what was it you said to me? I think the day after or now or something.
The last day of the last show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which just blew me out of the water.
Yeah, the last show we sold 90% of our tables on Sunday for this show.
Hey, that's great for you.
It's good, but then we have all the people that are usually lazy and they don't send for the tables for 2 months later.
Yeah.
Hey, we want tables and we don't have them. And they're like, ready to kill you. And like,
What do you think about the difference in the audience now? I noticed at first the people who attended these things, there was a large contingency of, I don't know how to describe them, black leather jacketed, metal studded wrestler types, and
tattooed,
it was
tattooed,
yeah,
body
yeah,
pierced.
Yeah, and it was an
rumor. Just a rumor.
Oh,
No, it's a pretty varied audience. We have everything from lawyers to TV personalities to motorcycle jacketed people. We have a lot of gothic looking people coming in. Those are the people that are all black hair and a white face.
Yeah, right.
That type thing. A lot of tattoos, but I think the crowd is more tame than other conventions. You know what I'm saying?
See, I haven't been to too many of the others.
It's like when you see the looks of some of these people, but then you talk to them, they're just like you or me. They're pretty normal.
Yeah.
You would think that they're going to be like tearing the walls down and throwing chairs at each other and going crazy, but they're pretty mellow people.
I miss your security guy who's not there anymore. I don't know what his name was.
The animal.
Oh, he added a lot of.
Yes, well, we're actually flying Animal back in from Utah.
Really?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's great.
We can't live without the animals. So we need somebody on the front that can handle it.
Yeah.
And we put this guy out there. He's actually a weight instructor. He was a weight instructor down in Hoboken.
Mm-hmm.
So he puts on 100 and something pounds worth of Mad Max gear or whatever, and sort of like gently tells the people where to move and stuff like that.
Oh, he's great. I had friends who were asking about him. It was the last day he was there and he had left and he wasn't coming back anymore. And my friends were real disappointed. The first Chiller they'd gone to.
He'll be back.
Great, and I'm glad to hear that. I want to talk a little about Henry Alvarez.
Sure.
Who created this marvelous creation here.
Created the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Oh, is this one his too?
That's Henry's. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, so this is wax?
This is latex.
Okay.
And the Freddy Krueger, that's wax with real eyes in it.
And this is all his
That's
work?
Henry too. He did the Freddy Krueger for Madame Tussauds Wax Museum.
Wow.
I think the story goes they ordered 4 of them. They were going to do 4 different chambers of horrors, and they only did 3. So he had 1 left over. And then when
Oh,
he
I
did my
see.
first convention and setup, he gave it to me as a gift
Wow. That's,
for having him at the show.
now that really says something about his ability. I mean, if he's doing Madame Tussauds, that's one of the most famous wax museums in the world.
He's done some amazing things. He also, in Baltimore, there's a museum for black figures in history,
Yeah.
and he's done like half of their things.
So he's really
Things like
given
Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah,
So
so
awesome.
he's all over the place with his wax works.
And he's a really nice guy too.
Great guy.
I happened to purchase this from him,
Hmm.
and never regretted it. I think it's a marvelous. This is Henry Hull from The Werewolf of London, in case you don't recognize it, and it's an incredible rendering.
Right, and I think either his wife Andrea or his daughter Becky did the hair on it probably.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a family business.
Yeah,
So
it's really nice. Now this thing down here, who created this? This isn't. I know this isn't Henry Alvarez.
no, that was a limited edition model kit from a company that's now defunct called Resin from the Grave, and they pretty much did a limited edition, probably like maybe 30 or 40 pieces or something like that. And it was originally sold as a Frankenstein kit alone, and then they did the Igor,
Mhm.
and then they did a base together with them to put them together.
Ah, that's
And
great.
that was done, I'd say about 5 years ago or something like that.
I mean, you've got to imagine an endless display of things like this is Chiller. That's what it's like. It's absolutely endless. You can't see it all in one day.
There's literally hundreds of kits,
Yeah.
different kits like that.
And with meticulous craftsmanship, like this, it's you got to really look at them. You can't just pass by and give them a quick glance. You got to really look at them.
Well, this was professionally painted, and he sort of added on to the thing a little bit by a painter named John Apgar, and it's much better than what the kit normally would look like.
Mhm.
He definitely customized it really nice.
Yeah, I see some subtleties in the shadings and stuff.
Mhm.
Really, really nice. I want to ask you, while we're on this subject, if you recognize this.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, you know what that is, right?
Yeah, that's the Wolfman's cane.
Yeah, I picked this up at Chiller, and the reason I'm showing it is it's the one. Oh, I used to think what would be the one prop I would like from one of the old horror films, and me being partial to Universal, I thought, well, the Wolfman cane, that'd be great. And even though this is a replica, it's made out of plastic and painted. This was about as close as I guess I'll come, unless.
Now, do
Bob-
you stand around the mirror and play Claude Rains with that?
Yeah,
And whack your
you think
neighbors
I'd
and
admit it
stuff?
if I did? No, actually, this thing stays mounted on the wall, and
That was actually the person that did that cane took a photo at Bob Burns, who owns the original Wolfman head.
Yeah.
The vulcanized, it's vulcanized rubber,
right.
the original one. And he took a photo and the measurements of it and did it off that. And,
From the photo?
Yeah, and he came up with that. Now I think that Henry might be putting out a licensed silver handle like that.
I talked to him about that. I wanted him to put my name on the list.
Right.
But I haven't heard anything more. He was going to do a bronze and a silver version, the bronze being a little less expensive than the other one. So when that happens, I have to hear about it. I've got to get on to the celebrities,
Sure.
because I
Oh,
really want
sure.
to talk about the celebrities. You've had people there. I'll just throw out a few names. Kevin McCarthy was there the last time.
Great guy.
Alan Young. They were both wonderful.
Alan Young, great guy.
Yeah, they both told great stories. Kevin McCarthy, he associated with the fans. He called Invasion of the Body Snatchers, distinguishing it from the remake, our movie. You know, so which was really nice. Do you have any quick funny stories that you can tell, or any kind
I
of
got
celebrity
a
stories?
couple of celebrity stories.
Yeah.
Roger Corman, who was one of my favorite guests at the show, has a reputation amongst the film industry of being cheap. So he came to the show and he wanted to go to New York on Saturday night. So I said, oh, well, I'll take care of it. And I gave him money for transportation. He said he'd take a bus. I said, no, take a taxi. You don't want to take a bus into Manhattan, at Saturday night. So the next morning I'm walking down the corridor in the hotel and I hear, Kevin. And I turn around, it's Roger Corman. And he comes running up. He goes, I have something for you. I go, what's that? And he hands me back the money I gave him. And he goes, I never made it into New York, so here's your money back. So I told that story to a few of the old Roger Corman actors, and they don't believe it. They just don't believe it.
You won't believe this, but we've got to wrap this up. And I had so much more to talk to you about. But I want to show, before we go, I want to show the magazine, Chiller Theater Magazine. If you can see that. That's available at the Chiller Theater store in Hackensack, Hackensack, New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the phone book. And also the flyer that announces the upcoming Chiller Theaters. Twice a year, you get this in the mail if you want to go. And I'd suggest you go. I just think it's an incomparable experience. And Kevin, I want to thank you so much for being here.
Hey,
Thanks for bringing all this neat stuff. And will you come back again sometime?
Definitely, I enjoyed it very much.
No problem. We'll see you again. We'll discuss further. We'll talk. We'll discuss.
We'll do lunch.
Hello, I'm Michael R. Thomas, makeup artist to the stars, and you're watching Front Row.
When I said there was anything imaginable for sale at Chiller, I forgot to mention full-size wax museum figures. I still haven't found the perfect place for it, but I'm sure I will. Oh, by the way, we appreciate all the correspondence we've been getting about how long you've been waiting for a show like this. Keep them coming. This is Rich Scrivani, and we'll see you in the next edition of Front Row. And anybody want to buy a cheap Invisible Man model?
It's a pretty varied audience.